I'm Chris Meyer. Join me and the Legendary Customs team as we take ordinary rides and craft them into legendary customs. Okay, good morning. Chris with Legendary Customs, the Dirty Ford bed. We poured it last night. It is the next morning. Taking the clamps off. It's still straight. I took a grinder to the really high spots so it doesn't have to go through the big belt sander. But here's what it looks like before the belt sander. Filled in nicely. This thing's gonna look pretty bad. Anyway, we're going to take it up to Keith Schafer at Schafer's Woodworking in Holman, Wisconsin. They normally do kitchens. I built a truck for him a while back, and he has helped us out with these live edge beds. So, been a good team putting that together, and they do an awesome job up there. So if you ever want a kitchen or bathroom or anything in your home remodeled that has to do with woodworking, great company to call. Okay, we are at Schafer's Woodworking in Holman, Wisconsin on North Star Road. First thing we have to do is take the live edge bed and square it up. He has a cool machine to do that. Basically, we have the bottom edge already cut. So that is where we're getting square from. It goes in this table. We're going to measure to get as much as we can. I think it's going to be 51, 52 inches. He's going to come right across, cut that. Going to flip the saw. Then he's going to cut the left and the right side. So then this will come out of here, out of this machine, as one perfectly square slab of wood. And there you have it. It's perfectly square all the way around. All the measurements are the same. It'll be easier to work with on the truck bed. On to the next step. Okay, now the live edge bed goes through this machine. It's a 53-inch sander, and we're basically going to make that a flat, smooth surface. Okay, so this has been going through the sander. This is a low spot. This is where the belt's actually hitting. So we want everything to be perfectly smooth. So it's going to take quite a few passes, but I think you get what's going on. Looking really good. This machine is called a time saver, and that's exactly what it does. Okay, everybody, we're back to the shop. We just came from Schafer Woodworking in Holman, Wisconsin. The truck bed has been sanded. Last two passes was with a finisher sander. That was a larger belt that was much finer. So this thing is as smooth as a baby's butt right now. I want you to check it out. Okay, so this is not the final product, but this gives you an idea of what things look like. Now check this out. So the red is gonna pop really deep. The wood grain, there's what's called ribbing in it. So it's gonna be just an awesome truck bed. It's gonna look beautiful. There's just no two ways about it. And this is cherry. So the more it's out in the sunlight, the darker and richer it's gonna get. So it's gonna be just an awesome, awesome finished product. Now, remember how we were talking about the depth? This stuff gets hot when it's curing. And then when it cools down, it contracts. Out of this whole pour, we had one failure right here and one separation right here. Not a big deal. We'll re-pour that, fill it in, won't even know it was there. But out of this whole bed, that's what happened. So we poured at just under an inch. I think the next one that we do, with this particular product anyway, I don't think we're gonna go anywhere near an inch. We'll probably stop at 3/4 of an inch and then do a second pour. But there you go. An awesome look at the Dirty Ford live edge bed. As you know, we're going to put this in the middle. Well, this was plasma cut out from PT Welding over in Crescent, Minnesota. The outside of it is right here. So this is exactly the same size as this. That's going to be our guide for the router to go around to make the edge. So I have the depth set correctly to what we need. Now I'm going to router this out, drop that down and in. We'll be good to go. Hey everybody, we're on the final step with epoxy in the Dirty Ford's bed. We're putting Legendary Customs right as an inset in the bed. Now the cherry wood will eventually get dark like this, so we're hoping that it blends in pretty good. To measure the area, I took 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot by a ½ inch deep, and that gives us 1,000 milliliters. So that's what we're gonna mix up here. So we make sure we have enough. It's like syrup. Okay. It's 1 part A to 1 part B. All right, have the time set. We are now stirring for 6 minutes minimum. There.
That's what it would look like if they poured the whole thing. Go grab that putty knife.
Guys, tell me. Do you have a quarter or a penny or a dime or anything that says 2019?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'll go look in my purse.
Please do. We'll
Want
put it right
this?
here.
You can scrape that off.
Is this stupid?
The lucky penny, right?
So we got this back from Schafer Woodworking, and as always, they do a great job. Who would have known a cabinet company would do truck beds with us? Anyway, he's been a great partner in this. If you ever want any kitchen cabinets, anything, they're the place to call. But this is our logo that we put inside of the bed. So we routed it in so that as soon as we clear coat it, it's just going to look awesome. It's there forever. We put a penny in here that has 2019 on it. That's when the truck was completed. And I'm doing right now is just marking out where all the bolts are going to go to hold the bed down. Then we'll drill the holes. That'll be done, clear coated, and on to the next step. So that's what we're doing right now, is just marking where all the holes will be going to hold this wood in place. Oh yeah, he didn't want to see the gas tank filler. Old rusty crusty truck, right? You need a first aid kit. So I have an old first aid kit. Pop the end, open it up, and that's where you're going to fill your gas, right inside there. So this was going to be bolted right to the dirty Ford, and it's going to be part of it forever. So that is what we're doing right here. We are so close to getting this done. Very happy. Brett's happy. It's going to be a good process. Alrighty, we are on the final steps of our live edge bed here. So basically what we did is underneath the bed there are steel supports that everything sits on top of. We've measured them out and we've drilled holes. Now I am countersinking each one of those holes. The wood, so the head countersinks in and it's flush. So that's what I'm doing now. So we've measured everything out, drilled the holes, and countersinking. Then we'll be able to spray it so it's finished and set it back in. So it's as easy as that. When I say easy, tongue-in-cheek, because it's work, but it's worth the rewards in this case. All right, we have all the holes drilled for the live edge bed. Now we're going to come back and sand everything so it's perfectly smooth, get rid of the pencil lines, and it'll be ready to go to spray tomorrow. We're on to the next step on our live edge bed. We are going to clear coat it. This is the back side, so we have it wiped down to get rid of the dust. But we're really going to pound the product on here because it's the back side when it's going down the road. That's where all the stuff is going to come up to. The back side, we're just looking for sealing things up. So the finish itself, it's not going to be as smooth as the front. The front, you put down a seal coat, which you'll see later, and then you sand it, and then you put the product on again. Here, again, we're just going to go for sealing it up. And that is what we're going to start right now. So let's start spraying some clear coat. morning we came in and put down it's called a seal coat. It's 2 coats of a product that literally seals the wood. The wood grain will raise up. So now what we have to do is sand those lifted wood grains so it's smooth. And then we'll put over the top of it the final finish coat. And this is going to get 3 coats on top of this of the clear. Check out the Legendary Customs logo in the middle. Again, this is from PT Welding over in La Crescent, Minnesota. They cut that out for us. If you need any steel, they do an excellent job. They put it into their programmer, cuts out whatever you need. Really, really nice for custom stuff. And then of course the bed itself, we couldn't have done it without Schafer Woodworking up in Holman, Wisconsin. They helped us sand it out, helped us fit it to the truck bed. Everything's looking great. So we're in our final stages. So I'm going to do a quick sand, knock down all of the raised up wood grain. Then of course it's sealed. And then I have to hit it with 2 coats of clear. So that's what we're doing right now. I've already sanded the whole thing down once. I'm just going through, getting a little bit more here and there. Okay, we've sanded everything down. We're on our final step, the finish coat. All the dust is gone, it's all been wiped down, tack cloth, everything's good. Let's hit it. 3 to 4 coats and we're done. Hey everybody, again, Chris with Legendary Customs, along with the legendary team of Zach, Kang, and Tyler. We just finished up our 3rd live edge bed. Now, people do live edge tables, live edge decks, live edge furniture. I believe we're the only ones in the United States that are doing live edge wood beds for pickup trucks. If you would like to have us make you a live edge bed for your truck, down at the bottom, click on message or put in a comment, we can build you a bed. Anyway, check this thing out. It is awesome. Now this one, we used cherry. So this cherry, we used it on purpose because the more it is out in the sunlight, the deeper and richer and rustier it's going to look. This is the same material that we used in the Legendary Mystic bed, cherry. And man, there's no other way to put it except this stuff rocks. These are probably the fanciest wood beds out there in pickup trucks, and they are just beautiful. Anybody that's seen them in person has went up. We were at a show last weekend in West Salem. And a guy came up to the pickup truck and he's like, oh, look at this beautiful pickup truck. And then he's like, look at that bed. That bed is amazing. And they are. They're just cool as heck. So, anyway, this is our 3rd legendary bed. We did an inlay where we actually put our name in the bed. The darker this will get, it'll start to match up with the rusted steel that we put in there. So it's just going to be very, very subtle. The older it gets, the more subtle it's going to be, so that's what we wanted. This thing is just gorgeous. Again, thank you, John and Pete with PT Welding over in La Crescent, Minnesota. If you need anything custom, fire rings, plaques, anything. They can cut it out for you. They do an awesome job. Schafer Woodworking, thank you very much for helping us with this and all of it in the past. If you want kitchen, cabinets, anything, Schafer Woodworking is the place to go if you're building a new house or if you're remodeling. Awesome, awesome. And of course, thank you Kane, thank you Zach, thank you Tyler for all the hard work you put in on this thing. This is the second to last step. Tomorrow we're going to be installing it. This bad boy will be done, ready to go to New Hampshire. Brett, if you're watching this episode, you know you're not supposed to be. But if you're watching the episode, congratulations, man. This is a rocking, legendary bed. There's no way to put it except that. Third one in the world that we know of. If anybody else has seen these things out in a pickup truck, let us know. That would be awesome. Again, Chris with Legendary Customs. Like us on Facebook. Please follow us on Instagram. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have anything to say, please comment on these things. Your input is really important to us. We want to know what you want. We'll see if we can do it. Appreciate it. Thank you.